Welcome back to Support Oxygen Not Included. We are continuing Sour Gas or Bust today. We've excavated all of the magma. And now it's just chilling in the big steam room. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and build all the heavy watt wire, wrap it around the asteroid, get it to those satellites, and we're going to set up some Radbolt Generators. That's the plan. But there's some other things we'll do today as well. We'll fix a few things. But thank you very much for the Prime sub, El Cotto. Welcome, welcome. Hope you are enjoying your Platy badge. Let's jump right in. The music will turn back on at some point. Now, I have updated fast tracks, so that should be running here. Let's actually do some skill points first. We've still got a couple of skill points to allocate. We will eventually finish doing all of these, I promise. At this point, I'm mostly just giving people researching. Maybe I'll remember something more important later on, but more attribute points are nice. There you go, you can have mechatronics. We got 66 morale on Camille. That's quite good. Yeah, these guys aren't really struggling for morale anymore. God. Yeah, we really did let these go, didn't we? Not that it really matters at this point. A lot of dupes are actually just finished and don't need any more skill points. And these sleeper dupes, I probably shouldn't be updating them anyways, but whatever. They deserve qualifications, just like everyone else. Thinking of tidying and... Are you actually done? Oh no, you could have researching. There we go. Lord of Swarms is definitely done. Lord of Swarms has been around for quite a while. Yeah, we're really just maxing out these dupes now. We've been around long enough. Don't think we need to get rocketry on everyone. That seems a little bit overkill. I might just leave the music on today, you know. I do quite like having the music on. My playlist, anyways. The game music is great, but I do listen to it a lot. It's nice to mix it up. Right, and then you actually get the Bionic Dupe skills, and then you don't have any boosters available. I could do with sending some boosters back. Do I actually need Sonya on that planet anymore? Do I want to send Sonya back? Was there a reason she was there? Hold on, let's go have a look quickly. Just very quickly. What's your skill again? Oh, I should just look in here, shouldn't I? You don't seem to do anything in particular. So if we look at Chip, Chip has the researcher boosters, so he needs to geotune everything. Steeler has the mechatronics and the electrical engineering, which are required to build certain things. But Sonya looks to be completely expendable, is just here to help. So I'm actually going to send Sonya back, I think. I don't think we need this many dupes on this asteroid. Let's see if Fast Track has an effect. You're learning some skills, fair enough. We got some loot. We will unpause properly in a minute, I promise. We always get this when we record a YouTube video. We get a load of blueprints. We got the strawberry socks. Interesting, interesting. And we got the yellow wallpaper. We frequently get the yellow wallpaper. That's fine. Okay, let's send you back. Yeah, we're not doing the ammo suit exploit with the bionic dupes anymore. Some things are overheating. Let's have a look at what's overheating. I think we know what's kind of broken. There is some slime lying outside, so let's actually just get you immediately back in the base, and then we can figure out what to do with you. Let's see what's overheating. So this gas pump, we know this is overheating, because we need to insulate this whole room. We're actually pretty close to insulating this whole room. So once we've done that, we can fix all of this. Looks like a little bit of steam got in here. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. That's not ideal. Oh, I think that was the water that was just down here to begin with. I don't think that's necessarily an issue. Once we insulate everything, it should be fine. We got the vacuum in here. I think it's literally just a case of putting this tile on and then we'll be okay. There's some conductive wires that are broken. I need to get you to fix these. Okay, that will do, and then you're fixing that one as well. Then this one over here. Yeah, fix that one as well. I know we need to unplug some stuff from this network. We will do that in a little bit. We have the conveyor over here. I believe someone can do this errand now. You just need to stop exporting the material, is that correct? Made of iron ore. Maybe this shouldn't be made out of iron ore. Whatever. Some of the steam turbines are flooded. That's okay, we're not actually using those ones at the moment. We could start dumping the heat from the entire body of steam. Is there a compelling reason to do that? Obviously, it's going to keep heating up for a little while. There's a lot of hot debris down here. All we need to do is make sure that it's not going to melt whenever we build our heavy wire out of. Or any of our building materials. Now, we do actually have a load of granite ladders down here. It's probably... I'm not going to replace all of these ladders individually. Perhaps I should have thought about that. We did build most of them out of obsidian, but some of them may melt. I don't think the fire poles will melt. Right, I think this is actually ready for us to do now. And I think I will... I mean, this is all broken anyways, right? Holy moly, that's a lot of steam in there. I don't think that actually matters, though. This is all broken anyways. Let's just... I think we can fix all of these tiles at the moment, and that will work. Let's just have a look first. So, let's do this construction party 9. Let's save it here, just in case we have to reload, because we don't want to have to reskill up all the dupes again. We ain't got time for that. Yes, very good. Very good. Load over the music. There you go. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm not expecting this to work completely, but I'm not expecting it to fail catastrophically either. Right, we can remove this. We can remove this. So we had some gunk here, but it boiled. And we're dumping naphtha in. I think we've settled on gunk because it actually is the heaviest liquid we have access to. So it's going to be a bit of a problem. In fact, let's actually look it up while we're here. Gunk. Gunk boils at 448 degrees into petroleum and sulfur. Wait, look! Guys, we did it! We got petroleum. You know, the funny thing is, we could literally set up a gunk boiler to get petroleum if needed. We have bionic dupes, but I'm not going to do that. That's going to happen another time, I think. That's not the focus of what we're doing here. And we wouldn't be able to produce enough quantities for it to really matter. I'm just going to wait for the Slickster egg. Put the valve with the vacuum lock and run pipes through the wall. The funny thing is, the valve works even when it's broken. So we don't actually need to do anything about it. I'm going to definitely put some insulated pipes here, though. And this is actually... I think we will just put a bottle drainer here. The bottle drainer will not overheat. So we can just put that there. We can dump more naphtha on if needed. And then we can actually just release this into here. Is petroleum actually like, useful in itself? Oh. No. Doesn't look like anything's been messed about with here. Obviously, if we do this, we're going to let all the natural gas back out. That's probably fine. I don't think this bit needs to be insulated, specifically. Yes, the gas is going to be coming out at, let's see. Well, it's not being geotuned. It can come out quite a bit hotter than 150 degrees C, but it won't be enough for it to matter, so we'll just leave these two tiles. And then I guess we just get some gunk. Do we have any to hand? Now, I think we normally fill this with gunk. Yes. Okay. We probably don't need that much. So let's get like 1 kilogram or 3 kilograms. That'll do. relocate here. And then we'll sort that out. Yeah, we're going to do a few small tasks today, but I mostly want to lay out where the Transformers are going to go. For the other asteroid. Now, I think we've got plenty of room for the bionic dupes over here. They're eating the power banks. I believe we're just storing the power banks on the floor. It's not super fancy. The bionic dupes aren't going to stay here forever. I'm not going to agonize over this. I do want to hook up more conductive panels over here today. I've been putting it off for a while because I didn't really want to do it. We didn't have enough refined metal, but we have 20 tons of aluminum now. So now would be a good time to do this. I just want to make sure that if a regolith meteor lands, we're not in a huge pickle, having to repair the thing. Right, let's see. 3 kilograms of gunk. Let's give it a try. It's very satisfying scrolling around all of this. Right, you need to dump that here. Lord Fart Squad. And then I need to deconstruct you. In terms of what we're actually putting here... Where's the door that's overheating? This one. I don't care about this door. Suppress current. The reason I didn't put the battery here. I don't think we have the steel. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're dropping any nap through here. I will need to cool this down. To get the steam to settle again. So what I'm thinking is maybe we build a temperature plate, but we build it out of something relatively neutral. These don't need to be insulated tiles, to be honest. If I build this out of, say, I don't know, granite, that's probably not going to be super hot. Or how about mafic rock? That's not going to be super hot. That should actually cool down the steam that's in the room, I think. And then that should cool it down enough that we're all sorted here. In fact, I think what I actually want to do... So, let's go a little bit wild with the temperature plates, because we can. I think I actually want these to go up here. This doesn't need to be insulated either. Because what I actually want to do... Yeah, this should be fine. The uranium won't move from here. Uranium's heavy. I don't think this will actually break anything. I want to put the granite in here so we can conduct the temperature of the gas properly. So go ahead and do this. Maybe not this one at the top, because this does need to be insulated. And I do still want the steam to actually get up here, somehow. I could close this port just so that it actually... Oh, this is why I have this open, is so we can actually get through here. I do want to remove this one too, that's fine. That should sap some of the heat out of the steam right away, actually, just building these tiles. Is that enough? No. That's fine, we'll keep going. But yeah, we uploaded a YouTube video. I did a video about molten salt reactors and how to use them with metal refineries. And immediately afterwards discovered that Spaced Out has kind of made that strategy a little bit obsolete. I feel like there's definitely a way of using depleted uranium to do the same thing, but at lower temperatures and with a higher heat multiplication rate. So we're going to test it out on this run. We've got to move the metal refinery over at some point. So we will build a proper industrial sauna that runs off of the depleted uranium melting and condensing. So that's what we'll do. Right. Now my middle mouse button doesn't work anymore, and my scroll wheel barely works. So if I'm doing weird stuff, you know why. Right, there's a lot of natural gas in here, and we've hardly released any of it. That's good. Right, so empty this. And then I think we just sweep this up, and I think that will do. I don't think it'll sweep it off this tile. I don't really want to let the natural gas out of the room immediately. But if we do, it's not the end of the world. These temperature plates are mostly to take the heat out of the natural gas. There's a lot of natural gas in here, and it has a lot of heat. Right, okay. Steam has started flowing. We walked through that and it condensed the sulfur. It's down here now. Oh, that was the petroleum. No, I think it was the sulfur, but it pushed the petroleum down. Let's actually sweep this here as well. It's so hilarious. This is the first petroleum we've actually got in this run. That didn't work. Wait, how do you do it with depleted uranium? So, this is clearly not working, but if we put it in here. So, depleted uranium has a heat capacity of 1. It melts at the temperature of liquid uranium at 136 degrees. And this is a heat capacity of 1.69. And then if you freeze it back down at the same temperature, so 130, with the hysteresis effect, it multiplies the heat by 70%. It takes 70% more heat to cool down than it does to heat up. And what you would do, you would actually have 2 liquids. You would probably have, like, say, naphtha at the bottom, because that's a liquid that is liquid at that temperature. Or oil. Oil would work. And then the uranium would touch the top. There'd be... Okay, actually, let's just illustrate this quickly. So, what you would do, you would have metal tiles here that would conduct into your steam. That's going to conduct into your steam turbine. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have the uranium in this little bit, liquid uranium. Then you're going to have a pool of, I don't know, like naphtha down here. This is an awful explanation. There you go, that's slightly better. And then you have the naphtha down here. So when it's a liquid, it will touch this plate, transfer the heat over, and then this will condense down. Because there's going to be a load of 125 degrees C steam in here. And we're going to keep the temperature in the steam room low, specifically for that. And then, when it's solid debris and it's in the liquid, we're going to be running the pipe along here, but not through the metal tile. So then it will conduct heat with the naphtha again, and boil. That's what I'm hoping would work. And I'm hoping that would work because this is getting heated, but this would cool down faster than it would heat up from the pipe. I'm hoping that would work. I think we can get it working well enough. But, yeah. I'm going to have to build these temperature plates. It looks like the temperature is dropping in here, which is good, but it's not perfect. Using it to turn it to debris rather than turning it into a solid tile. Yes, that's very important, yes. And then when it melts, we need to make sure there's a liquid that the naphtha, the uranium sits on top of. Which, to be fair... Oh, what liquids would that be the case? Do you know off the top of your head, which liquids that would be the case for? Right, I think we did this at slightly the wrong time. Can I actually just get Can I actually just get the gunk in here now? We've let all the natural gas out, that's fine. We'll wait for this to cool down before 275, below 275, and then we will put the gas pump back in. In fact, you know what? Do the same there. Petroleum, new resource. Amazing. Right. Okay, gunk. Empty gunk. I don't think there's anything else we want to build the temperature plates on. I don't really want to put any ice in here. If we have a look at the gases now, there's a little bit of steam at the bottom. I could put some ice in here. This is cooled down. I think this will eventually cool down. We'll just let it run for a little bit. In any case, I can remove these tiles. These tiles. Alright, let's see what happens here. Yes. Okay, that works. You can see the gas is now getting teleported out of this tile. It's getting shoved up here. That's good. We're done. Probably just leave the rest of these bottles in here. That's fine. And now I can build the pump again. Good. Because that gas is mixed successfully. Was that an emergency at all? Oh, I could remove this pipe segment. Was that really only one cycle all that time? Bloody hell. Right. Yeah. Okay, we fixed this before we ran out of cooking gas. That's good. You do, in fact, like to see it. And I don't think we've disrupted anything else here. So provided that the sweep doesn't break anything, I think we're done. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Right, we can fill this up with more naphtha if needed, but there's so much naphtha in this pipe. This is consuming 100 milligrams per second. We're never going to run out of naphtha in this pipe. Not even if we leave it forever. Right, okay, so that means I could put the thermo aquatuner back over here. Because I was actually trying to cool these down. So let's do that. We're just going to unbreak everything before we start on the new stuff. Don't put the element sensor in there. You don't need that. Oh, by the way, I installed a new mod, as someone very well suggested on the YouTube channel. We're using Better Automation Overlay. So now look, you can see the settings without clicking on the thing. Ta-da! And I believe there's a setting where we can change it in the options menu to turn it off if we need to. But, like, this is going to be so helpful for those Sandbox Showcase videos. Because, like, sometimes I'd have, like, a screenshot that I'd add in manually. But this is so much easier and better than that. Now I can just literally do it live. I'm so pleased this mod exists. And unfortunately, I think it's existed the whole time, and I've just not been aware of it. So, that's on you guys. Right. We're just going to leave this here. This is working. Is this working? It's not at the moment because we have Steam in here. But the Steam is gradually getting deleted. That's acceptable. There's enough gas in here. This isn't going to cause any issues. Right, let's priority 9 this. What's idle? Sonia. We're both idle. This is an oxygen issue. I think it might be an oxygen issue. We have a lot of dupes, actually, in the base now, and not all of the suits are being used. I think that's fine. I still don't really want to commit to drywalling anything yet in these other rooms. Right, okay, the next thing to do, let's do the conduction panels, because I need to figure out how exactly I'm going to snake these, because I want it to be the same for each one. Now, the issue is, my pattern staggers, like, over a tile for every solar panel, which is very irritating. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick... I can unpause it for this. Oh, I know what the issue is. The path needs to end. I'm going to have to remove some of these. Because the path needs to end here. Alternatively, I can have it start here and end here. That's what we'll do. Right. This is not going to be very neat. Sorry. This is going to trigger me so much. In fact, I don't think it's even possible to do it exactly how I want. Oh, wait. I'm not going to pretend this is neat, but it does technically do the job. I think we'll just ignore that bit then, maybe. Yeah, because I can't really bridge it out of this bit, because you can't bring a pipe down there. You know what, that'll do. So, right, that's what we want to do for all of these. And that will be a lot of extra coverage. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be good enough to not break every time the meteors land. I just need to copy and paste that across all of these. And we'll see how effective this is. I don't know why I thought one conduction panel would be enough. There's this big window here, though. I could actually... Oh, right. So it comes in here. Okay, so it comes in here. And then I need it to come back in here. So I could go like this. Ah, okay, alright, that's a secret. This is gonna make total sense when I come back to hook up all the pipes. Okay, I'm satisfied enough with this. I'm satisfied enough with this. It doesn't connect on this bit, but that's okay. And now I need to just not make any mistakes, ever. Presumably one panel would be good with a good enough coolant. You mean like a more conductive coolant? Pretty thought about that. I mean, we've used polluted water because it's abundant and we're using it for the whole loop. Like the whole base. And we don't have oil. So... polluted water. Thermal conductivity 0.58. That's not amazing. Is there a list of liquids? I mean, well... that's kind of a list of liquids. Not very helpful, though. Possibly just a colder one. No. This was really cold when we had it loaded in. It's warmed up a little, but these... like, the heat difference is not... oh, right, hold on. So, let's just set this to 90. Oh, right! All this steam is too hot. Ah, whatever. Just don't repair it, then. Okay, we probably didn't need to rebuild that, considering that it's too hot in here at the moment to run this. That's concerning. If it's too hot in here to run the thermo aquatuner, how are we actually going to cool down everything? I'm going to have to put it somewhere else. Oh, that's gross. In fairness, I could shove thermo aquatuners down here, but this is where we're planning on putting transformers. I'll think about that later. But now I'm just going to let these run until this area is heated up. Maybe I just do that for all of them, because we want to just bleed off the heat and stop this from getting even hotter, don't we? I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to leave it. I probably shouldn't, but it's interesting. I'll take a silent crystal trap, that's fine. Oh. No, I don't want to be here. Let's see. I kind of want to fix the pup ranch today as well. Let's get back to the conduction panels. If I don't do this, I'm never going to do it. Because we're going to justify using the metal for something else. We're using aluminium for all of this. I think that's the correct call. This is so weird looking. There's going to be a lot of this. This is going to be like the next 10 minutes of your lives. I hope you're prepared. Oh. Well, that's not very convenient. I think we just do something different here. Let's just start hooking up the pipes and then we'll rework that bit. So, we want... did radiant pipe actually make a difference in these bits? I'm imagining possibly because it's connecting to the parts of... it's connecting directly to the conduction panel. But I honestly can't remember. I think we will... we have enough refined metal, we can do that anyways. I am almost guaranteed to get this wrong somewhere, by the way. Also, I've never seen anyone do this, which is probably a sign that I'm not taking the right approach here. But it is funny. We like doing funny things. So... we'll see how effective it is. This is a lot of aluminium. Right. Do I want them to just build all of this first? Maybe. And then I need to think about what's going on here. So it's actually coming out here. You know what? I'm not even going to think about it. Let's hook it up. Let's hook it all up first. So it's coming through here, down here. That is radiant pipe, isn't it? Yeah. It's coming down here, up and around, and then there's a load of regular pipe coming through here. That goes in here. That goes in here, and then that hooks up here. And then we do it all over again. I think we determined that cooling these tiles didn't help. But in any case, we're now running the pipe through it anyway, so they should be getting cooled a little bit. I'm never going to get used to this. I hope that solar panel sound isn't going to annoy you. Almost done. Right. That will hook all the way up to here. I need to come up with a better solution to this as well. The better solution at the moment is... I'm just going to lead this into a liquid reservoir first. I don't need all these beds anymore. Let's actually do this now, while they're hooking all of that stuff up. And then we'll think about it. Also, today, we've actually got a smoothie. We're back to actually, you know, getting some vitamins. So I've kind of been forgetting to do that for a while. Let's also make sure that Chip and Steeler are in here. We don't have that many dupes now. I'm going to yell alert this. Sorry, guys. This will just at least give us a bit more of a buffer first. So let's go ahead and put in a liquid reservoir. We'll kick that problem down, kick that can down the road. Yeah. There you go. And then put that out. Oh! We need a medical booster. I think we moved off the dupe that had the medical booster. So let's... I'm pretty sure I haven't got them equipped. Let's make sure that the medical booster is in here. And we'll re-equip it. There you go. Whoa, speed 3. Am I really going to speed through it? I guess we are. We just had a pretty big storm in the UK today. It was alright where I was. I just went out for a big walk. Hello, Meatball Kun. Have I made any rock gas tutorial? I haven't. It's on the list. It's fairly low on the list. We did do 2 videos about magma volcanoes. One about extracting the rock quickly and cooling it down for stone hatches, and one for getting the power out as efficiently as possible. But I deliberately didn't include the rock gas because it's annoying, as you figured out. So we will go ahead and do that. Right, you got the medical booster. Please don't tell me you all have medical boosters. I don't think you need to send any more refined phosphorus over, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, we are going to do it at some point, but the reality is, most of the time I just recommend geotuning 4 instead of 5. Because the other thing is, even if you have 5 geotuners active, depending on when they run out of data and when the errand generates, you're not consistently going to have 5 geotuners active. Sometimes it's going to be 4, and that's just the way it is because of what your dupe is doing. So the issue with the setup would be you can't rely on it always coming out as a gas. Sometimes it will come out as magma. And that needs to be handled somehow. Not sure exactly how you would handle that, but we'll see. This is looking good now. Right, conduction panels. Oh, God. I did say we were going to do this. Right. I believe I'm now at the point where I can pliers everything, so I should probably actually cut these here. So there's going to be a fair bit of this. I've realized an issue now. I'm telling them to... Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm telling them to build regular pipe segments instead of aluminium pipe segments. That is going to wind me up immensely. It looks like they've already actually undone a lot of them. Okay, I think they've actually just undone basically all of them, which actually makes things a bit easier. This isn't going to get tedious at all. Please tell me I don't actually need to do this. Right, next up is this one. And I believe this is just filling up with more polluted water from the map. So I shouldn't need to worry about this. Yeah, you go there, you go there, fuck you. Yeah, we put fast track on. I think it's going alright. I mean, I never noticed that much of a difference with fast track on. But it's better than nothing. Right. Now there's this annoying bit. And the other thing is, whatever I do, it's got to mesh up with this design on the other side. So let's have a think about this. So, down, up. Down. Up. And then this way. Then these ones face the other way. And then that repeats. So I just need to find a different pattern to put in here. Which is probably still going to be a little annoying, but probably not that annoying. I think I just actually delete all of this. I think I just delete this specifically. I guess the polluted water evaporates into space, right? So maybe we don't even worry about it, we just do this. Let me select the friggin' pipe. Thank you. And then cut this. And then remove that, remove that, remove that, remove that. This is going into the robo miner, so that shouldn't cause any issues. Okay, and then how much coverage is that? Okay, that's actually pretty much half of it. That's good. So we're not going to be doing this all day, because this is already winding me up. Right, I'm pretty sure all we need to do then is just repeat it. Yeah, great. Okay, and then recently I've just put metals into magma and pumped it with a pitcher pump. Have you ever tried a system like that before? think we did some picture pumping of magma on, oh god, Bionic Buddies, when we managed to get the data miner working. That worked pretty well for that. Right, okay, so then that comes down here. That goes in here. And this gets removed. And that comes over here. Comes down here. If I do it like this before they actually manage to build any of it, that should work pretty well. Right, okay, and then we just do it for the rest of these. Good. But yeah, so next on the list of YouTube videos, I think we will save the depleted uranium boiler versus the salt boiler for the stream before I make a video about that. So the next videos will definitely be the Paku videos. I've been putting them off for a while, as you're aware. But I can record the first one at least whenever I get a spare moment. So I will do that. And then after that will probably be the Gulpfish video, where I show you how to delete heat using Gulpfish. And then, after that, we will probably do the Seacomb. We'll do the DLC related stuff. So we'll do the Seacomb Infinite Paku Farm. And then we'll do the Jorbo Taming and Ranching. Because I think that's the general order that I would look at things at. I want to look at the non-DLC topics first, because I don't feel like they're at as much risk of changing. Like, that's a constant quandary I'm facing when I'm deciding which videos to do. Do I do the video that's more hot topic because the DLC just released? Or do I do the video that I know isn't going to become outdated if Clay updates something they're likely to update? Right, and then this hooks into here, and then that all works. So now we just need the pipes, which will be... yeah. So that can come here. Am I going to run out of metal? Possibly. Difficult to say. Oh, yeah, no, we're definitely going to run out. Do I want to use something other than aluminium for these? Or is the aluminium the point? I will need to make sure that we're reloading this loop again, because this loop is going to be substantially longer now. Oh, we are out of aluminium now. Okay, what is the status of the aluminium volcano? It is dormant. Will activate in 47 cycles. I think we will make it not out of aluminium. If there's an issue later, then we will fix it later. Can we finish it with cobalt? I think we can. Let's give it a try. Cobalt's pretty conductive too. I like to make fun of how useless it is, but it really isn't actually that useless. There's better metals for most jobs, but it's a pretty decent second best candidate for most jobs. So yeah, I'll stop whinging about cobalt eventually. It's now nighttime. Right, hook that up, and then remove all of these. Right, that's all good there. And then, it doesn't look like I've actually put radiant pipe in any of these. I think I could do all of these. Let's do it. And then at least we're consistent across the board. I'm just gonna use gold for these last ones. probably not the best idea for me to use all of my refined metal before committing to building the heavy watt wire. If we do need to wait for a lot longer to do the heavy watt wire, then we may need to come up with something else to do while we're waiting to do that. It's very possible that we actually just hook up some of the other steam turbines locally with a... We could set up the spine, but we could set up a separate spine using metal ore, because we have metal ore. Like, we could use, say, the wolframite, and then later on we'll replace it with refined metal. And we'll just have a separate spine that connects the steam turbines in the geothermal plant to the Radbolt rockets. I think that's a good idea. We'll see how that goes. But let's just make sure that we're actually loading this with liquid first, because it's going to get very annoying. So... Oh god. Where am I even loading this from? Oh, it's loading from the... It is loading from the geyser. Good. The geyser is active. Okay. I don't think I need to worry about that then. How's the Paku doing? You're kind of on your own at the moment, but you're about to release an egg, so I'm not that fussed. We're kind of down on breeders a little bit. They have been eating properly. We have some Paku fillet over here. We have a lot of eggs in here. We're making a lot of omelets. We're replacing... We've gotten rid of the water weeds now that we're not actually pumping salt water out of the map. So we can figure out another use for this space. I haven't currently got one. Because most of this water should actually be hot. This is cold because it's surfboard waste. Right, this room is filled up with mostly chlorine again. That's good. Do we have any puff printers to drop off? We do not. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the puffs for now. I think they're doing well enough that it's not a huge issue. Now, regrettably, the plan was I was going to put the transformer spine over here, and that's why I built all of this tile. We're going to have to get rid of all of this. Because this ladder isn't going to work as the internal ladder, because it hits neutronium here. And we are going to have the heavy watt wire wrap the whole way around. So what that means is this fire pole is going to change positions slightly. And we haven't committed any huge infrastructure over here yet, so that's fine. It will potentially impinge on the... Do I want to use gold amalgam for this? Probably not. Let's use iron ore. We'll get rid of the other fire pole in a minute. It's going to come down here. Just remove this. That's fine. Then that can come down here. It doesn't matter if it terminates here or here, really. But it's going to end up in here. And then this one is going to get replaced with a ladder. And that could be a plastic ladder over here. We do have a lot of accumulated plastic again, that's good. I'm enjoying using the arrow keys for this. And then this is going to come down here. So there'll be a bit more room for some batteries over here as well, like in the original design. That's fine. Am I leaving gaps in this? No, I'm not leaving gaps in it. That's fine. Right. I'm not going to worry about this bit down here for now, because we're not going to put any transformers down here for now. But we do want to actually remove all of this. And we will eventually want to remove the ladder as well. Look at these poke shells. They've just been hanging out up here for like 600 cycles. Cool beans. Right, so now we know where our transformer's going to go. And I have to make sure they line up with the transformers on the other side. Otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. So the good thing is we have a reference point, because the liquid locks are on the same level. So one below the steam turbine level, that's where we'll cut it off. So that means that... Okay, I'm going to remove these shafts, that's fine. What? What? Where'd it go? Did I turn it off? There's no way. I didn't turn it off. You were robbed? Oh, the phone. What's going on? Why aren't my alerts work? Oh, that one worked. There you go. Killer Fish, San Diego, blah, 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 blah. Hope you're doing well, Uglafisk. I'm not switching to music. You got the sus Killer Fish today. Yes, happy Monday to you too. It's alright. Yeah. My sleep was really bad. I had, like, weird nightmares. And they weren't even, like, scary nightmares. They were just, like, weird nightmares. Like, I dreamt I got lost from trying to use the sat-nav to get home from London. Like, driving. Like, when am I ever driving to London? And then I had a dream about getting married again, but I was getting married on Christmas. And nobody could make it. And someone faked their death to avoid going to my wedding. What on earth was that about? Dreams are one of those funny things where it's like, it's very interesting to the person who had the dream, and it's the most boring topic on the planet to literally everyone else. I always think of that bit from Steven Universe where Steven's tried to explain his dream, and it just puts all the gems to sleep, even though they're like aliens that don't need to sleep. I think that's about right. Right, what's going on? Something's broken. Use pink sink. Okay, we know the thermal aqua tune is broken. That's fine. I'm gonna leave that below. The sink has broken. Why is the sink... Oh! Look! Here's what's happened. We didn't tell all the Bionic dupes. There's one Bionic dupe we haven't included on this list because we printed her on the other planet. If you let the Bionic dupes in the bathroom, they poops. So now I've got to degunk the pipe again. Right, so... How far is that going? The good news is, I deliberately kept the... Oh. Yes. I did deliberately keep the bathroom loop isolated. So I think it is just a case of... I mean, the issue is... We now need to plumb all of these little segments. Because the gunk doesn't actually come out of the pipework on its own. Very annoying like that. And there might be some somewhere else, but I'm not going to think about it just yet. So, do these. It's a good thing we gave everyone plumbing, right? And I'm also glad this hasn't just been happening for eons. And I've just not noticed it. Of course, I'm sure we pulled dupes from across the entire asteroid to get here. That's the fate of yellow alerts. And then we can reconnect this pipe and see if anything else shows up. Well, it doesn't look like it for now. So, I'm hoping that will be alright. See if something else breaks. That wire's broken. Can you not get in here? You can get in here. We're just not doing it. Put your place there. Yeah, you'll do that eventually, won't you? Right, I don't think there's anything else of too much note over there. Let's have a look at the conduction panels. That's a lot of liquid. It does look like it's all flowing properly. That's good. These are all at varying temperatures. I guess the only way we'll know for certain is when a meteor lands, but I think it's good enough for now. It looks like the loop is filling up again. It doesn't look like it is, actually. It will fill up when this erupts. We'll check on it in, like, many cycles. Right, so... Oh, God. Do not look at the entire asteroid. Right, this is all priority 9. Every single bit of it is priority 9. So, I think we just got a lot of errands for the dupes to do. I could just start laying out the levels. Also, I don't think we should be keeping this as plastic, so I'm gonna unplastic that ladder. Oh, it's only a little bit. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, and then we will start doing all the levels with transformers. So that could go here. This is where they're all going to start, and then let's do it across like this, and then we can get rid of all the ladders. And so long as we can fit one transformer in each of these bits, it will be fine. And we'll use granite out of this. The good thing about collecting all of the materials off the bottom of the map as well is that they're all at this mid-level now, so it's a bit easier for everyone to reach them. Eventually we will have to dump all the debris into one tile, but that feels like second time skip territory. I don't really want to subject you all to that. Good thing we have lots of rock, eh? And yeah, I will just make this a regular heavy watt wire for now, just so we can get it started. Because what I want to do this week, I want to set up the Radbolt rocket. We haven't done a Radbolt rocket before. We will probably sort out bunker doors for the rest of the map, maybe just for a little rocket shaft. I don't think I want to do a load of rocket harvesting. I don't even know what comes out of the Radbolt rocket. I haven't thought about it in ages. So we'll go have a look at that, and then we will establish where the other planets are and where to colonize next. Because my main objective is to go and grab Thermium, but if there's something compelling nearby, then I will definitely be inclined to look. And I do want to do the sap tree, because we've never done the sap tree. I know we don't really need to. We have many hundreds of thousands of calories available. I want to see how we do that. And I don't think we're necessarily going to commit to doing that on another run, so we might as well do it here. Because I've been talking about it for literal years at this point. Right, that'll do. Good. And then just dig all of this. And then we're done. You found you really like having a dupe or two dedicated to hauling stuff to the central storage. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Wow, you've been building this quickly. You really like building the tiles. I guess there is literally granite available right here. That makes sense. Right, that's going to take a little while. But the plan is... So, we want a... Okay. I've realized a flaw in this plan. We do indeed want a door here. Oh! I've realized another flaw in this plan. You, overwrote one of the insulated tiles. Well... I think it's necessarily going to be an issue. Right. Mechanized airlock goes here. And then... So normally we make it out of conductive wire, but we're a bit low on refined metals, so we're going to make it out of heavy watt wire. We made a wolframite just because we got a load of it. And I want it to go up and down the whole bit. So let's actually just remove this bit down here. And then let's see how far this goes. Now, where am I going to start this? I'm probably going to start this down here, because we're going to hook it up to these turbines on the right. There we go. 200 segments. Not bad, not bad. I don't think we'd have been able to build that out of refined metal, unless we made it all out of steel. But that would be absolutely gross. So we're not going to do that. And now we need to figure out what we're going to do. So, in terms of Radbolt Generators, there are many rads. You can hear the clicking. So, in terms of where we can put them, we can put them to the sides. We can put them above and below. We've got 2 each. So, I'm imagining what we do is we just literally surround them. So that would be, what, 16 Radbolt Generators? So 16 Radbolt Generators requires just under 8 kilowatts, which would be 4 transformers worth. And that would be about 4 transformers worth of steam turbines too, maybe 5. So not actually that many. We can start thinking about that. Oh, right, hold on. You haven't built any tiles here yet, have you? No. Okay. Yes. Blimey. Well, at least they're getting on with all of this. It's in the pod. Show me. Nosh beans? We have nosh beans over here. You know what? Print them here. I'm missing a spot. Maybe we'll do something with nosh beans at some point. Maybe not. We've got the Bammets, to be fair. But I don't think we're going to be focusing on Frosted Planet Pack stuff this run. Right, now comes the annoying part where I forgot to deconstruct all of these ladders. That's fine. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't build anything specifically on the right side of the map. We knew not to because we thought there was a chance Neutronium might get in our way. And it did. So, that's good. Right, so... This is very awkwardly placed. But once we've actually deconstructed these ladders... Here you go. Oh, we'll put a door at the top as well. That makes sense. Alright. Burping and hiccuping tonight. Oh, hold on. You've got to see this. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. It's Whiskers! She's hanging out. She's got a plant directly in front of her face, which is kind of annoying. Kind of see her. There's no shot that I could remove that plant and she wouldn't, like, wake up. Let me give it a try. I don't want to spook her. Okay, we're being very careful about this. Ah, oh, she's moving. I don't know, maybe we're still alright. Okay, give me a sec. Oh, no, she's moving now. She's waking up. Sorry. Let's see. Can I zoom in on the fish? Nah, she's fallen out. She's fallen out of her spot. Let's just enjoy the moment. Well, there you go. You guys got some free fish time. Right, remove this as well, and then let's speak to it. I think we could also deconstruct some of this stuff. This isn't super urgent, but this tile doesn't really do anything, so we might as well get rid of it. I could also remove tiles over here. Remove all of this stuff. We're probably not going to succeed at removing all of this. Oh, we have an artifact. A blender. Where should we put the blender? Yeah, it's nice to say how to whiskers. Blender goes here. Equipment used to conduct experiments, answering the age-old question, could that blend? Indeed. You do need to replace this immediately. And I did just see some wrong element damage, which means there is some gunk in here somewhere. There it is. You gotta get rid of the gunk. We can't tolerate gunk. Otherwise it will just slowly break everything. Yeah, it's funny when Whiskers actually makes an appearance. It's like you see a celebrity at the supermarket. That's the impression I get when Whiskers appears. Wow, I made this insulated pipe specifically to try and heat up the thimble reeds. Oh, this is all full of gunk. Oh no, that won't do. You telling me these were actually growing until we filled them with gunk? That's awful. Well, someone will get on that fairly soon, right? At least that makes our job a little bit easier cleaning it up. There you go. Right, and then we can remove this as well. Not that there's any huge need to, but I'm going to anyways. Right, and then we want a, I don't know, like a manual airlock up here, that's fine. And then we can start planning stuff out. Now, yeah, I don't really want to breach into here, that's fine. So, let's see. We want 4 sets of consumers. So that will be power transformers. This is what we're saving the gold amalgam for. They'll come out the bottom. So we'll orientate them this way. I will have to put some extra batteries on here because this isn't going to be connected to our main spine yet. We will eventually, but not for a little while. And we're never going to run out of steam power, so I'm not worried about this. If we run out of steam power, we've got another problem to deal with altogether. So let's also put a load of jumbo batteries down here. And that could just go over here. Then that needs to go into the battery. In fairness, I could put a joint plate here and save some material. I'm not sure how much material it would actually save. I'm not going to worry too much about it. And then this could still be conductive wire. That's all going to come out here. Oh, wait. I realized the problem with this. This is for one satellite. So we're actually going to need to double all of these quantities. Well, that's fine. What are we actually going to do with all these Radbolts? I mean, obviously, to start with, we will definitely get the Radbolt rocket up and working. Diamond presses? For drill cones? That's a good idea, isn't it? We've not done that before. Not on an industrial scale. And we will want an industrial scale, because we'll definitely be doing some space mining this run. And now, I'm beginning to regret the fact that we didn't save any hatches. We may have saved one hatch. I can't see him. Oh, we do. Look, we have a stone hatch over here. We don't have any volcanoes. So, I don't know. What we want to do, we want to use the diamond mine. Where's the diamond mine? We want to use the diamond mine, put fossil in, no, put diamond in, get fossil out. The fossil produces sedimentary rock. And then we have like a hatch ranch or two to get the coal. Nothing super fancy. We just put it by the diamond mine. And then we put it by the Radbolts, and then we hook up a load of diamond presses. That could work. I'm not against that idea. I think I will also actually replace this with a... I'll replace this with a mechanized airlock. We're putting airlock doors here so the decor penalty doesn't bleed through. That's why we separated it all off with these tiles. Done this really quickly, actually. Now, the only other thing is... the fire pole is going to get cut off here. I think that's fine. I think what we will do then is... because these ones can face down this way. Wait, this one's slightly larger. Oh, cock. Yeah, this one's 3x3, this one's 4x4. Oh, God. Okay, let's actually have a look at the rads as well. I think they produce the same amount of rads. It's just a funny shape. So the funny thing is, right, so the tiles... I believe the rad source is actually the exact same rad source, and it's just positioned. Yeah, it's positioned here. So we want our things to be as close to this tile as possible. I'm going to have to actually start thinking about this, aren't I? This is going to be annoying. So this side isn't going to be very efficient anyway, so maybe we don't actually put them on this side. But let's sort this one out first. So the ones at the top aren't going to be doing that much. I mean, the rads are still good enough that it's probably worth doing them everywhere. The corner ones aren't worth as much. These ones at the bottom are worth the most. I think we will still just surround them for the aesthetics. So these are going to generate 5 kDTUs per second of heat each. We probably are going to require some active cooling here for all of this. Let's think about this. Let's make it out of... does it have an overheat temperature? No. Let's make it out of granite. And I'm sure there are more power-efficient sources of Radbolt generation we can get, but... we are not limited by power. We just need to actually hook up all the steam turbines. Yeah, so we can't quite do it there. You guys will get radiation sickness very quickly working near these. Is this worth doing lead suits for? Because we can't exactly turn these off. No, there's no off switch. Well... they're only going to get sick while they're building this. I think that's acceptable. Gonna have to set up some scaffolding somewhere else. But yeah, we could do 16 on this one as well, and then just not interfere with the fire pole. That being said, you should probably not be fire poling anywhere near this thing. But that's fine. And then we're just gonna have to figure out where to point all these things. So the Radbolt chamber. Let's have a look at the Radbolt chamber. How many Radbolts? Oh, you need tiles. Okay. It's kind of weird. How many tiles do you actually need? And let's actually put you... Let's actually put you over here. I've never used this in my life. Also, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. We still need to actually set up the steam turbines. And the steam is so hot, they are going to need active cooling. I'm probably going to have to set up a huge cooling block for all of them. Well, let's just figure out the logistics of how we're plugging everything in and out first. It's quite satisfying, although it's not that satisfying that these aren't actually tessellating up with each other. But that's okay. Sonia is injured. Wonder how that happened. Right, so that goes there, that goes there. Then we want 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, we got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could even shove another 2 over here. Not symmetrical. Re. Six, 2. 6, 6, 4, 2. I'll make it symmetrical. Whatever. This is going to be way more rads than we ever need anyways. So I'm not going to be that concerned. But obviously these aren't going to be powered by anything yet. So let's build all of the bridges. Then that can go here. Yeah, we'll definitely find a use for all these rads. I think what we actually want to do is we want to ladder around these as well. And we need to ladder here. We just do some ladders like this. And then I need to think about what it's going to look like down here. So we've got to hook up 16 kilowatts-ish. So that's going to be... Oh, hold on. That's going to be 20 steam turbines running at max health. Yikes. Okay, well, we can do that, but that might be a lot of these. In fact, it's probably going to be, like, most of them. It's fine. We have taken a pretty large diversion at this point, haven't we? This is, like, a lot of resources we're committed to this. That's fine. Right, let's see. That's not right. Gonna connect down here, and then this is going to be what connects to the turbine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's still this whole middle section for all the other infrastructure. And bear in mind, we were going to have a load of transformers down here as well. Do you reckon we're ever going to reach the point where we actually need 2 heavy watt conductive wires for everything? Because I have realized This is actually going to almost fully load this regular heavy watt wire. Just this. And I guess if we loaded it all up with transformers, that would just about handle 50 kilowatts. So maybe we are going to have multiple separate power grids just because it's going to be too much for a heavy watt conductive wire. This one is not very heavily loaded. It's got like, I don't know, like up to 19 kilowatts. Realistically, not much more than 10 at a time. So maybe we'll be alright. It's very funny that this is actually going to use more power than the rest of my base combined. But I'm not that surprised. Now, it would be very funny to just fire all of the Radbolts directly at the duplicants, but we're not going to do that. Now we need to actually figure out where the wires are going to plug in. The other thing is, I should probably actually plug in more steam turbines. Just to make sure that this doesn't run out of power. Because if these lose power, then the Radbolts disappear. We could automate them, to be fair. Just start hooking everything up. So I don't know, which ones are going to be the most annoying? I mean, hold on. No, I don't like that. Let's do these ones. And then these ones. And then these ones. And then these ones could go like this. So that seems fine. And then that can just go like that. That can just go like that. You know what? Actually, hold on. Oh, right, the Radbolts. Okay, we're not keeping the Radbolt storage here. I'm going to ignore that. I think it would be sensible to leave a gap. Let's leave a gap. Might be a pain hookup-wise. And then this one's going to go here. So then what we'll do over here is we'll have... We'll hook them up in these batches. And then that means that this one's going to come down here. This one's going to come down here. Oh god, no. Don't make me use the steel. Don't make me use the steel. Iron. That goes like this, and then that goes like this. Disgusting. That should connect everything up. So this Radbolt can hold 1,000 Radbolts. Releases a Radbolt when stored Radbolts exceed. It's interesting. Why does it fill up to 1,000? And it releases when it exceeds 100. There's a green signal when Radbolt storage is full. Green signal emit Radbolts. Oh, okay. We can control it with automation. This. Okay, that's fine. That's like a backup, more or less. Where am I going to point these all? Real talk, it probably actually does make sense to locate the Radbolt storage here. I mean, not specifically here. You know what also makes sense? Surrounding this with lead. Or plastic. Let's surround this with plastic. Oh, we can't quite surround it with plastic, can we? Because of how this is designed. Well, we can. We can't surround this side. Because the fire pole is going to go up there. That's probably going to go into space. What do I feel like doing today? Well, I just felt like irradiating my dupes. We have plastic. Let's just do at least a little bit. It doesn't actually have to be perfect. This way they can actually crawl inside and do maintenance as well. They won't be able to reach up here, but that's not the end of the world. You could dig this out as well. That is cold, that doesn't matter. That will at least protect people a little bit. And then this can go here, this can go here, this can go here. I don't want this to actually be like complete seal. A complete seal. I just want this to like mitigate the deadliness. Because I do not want to bother with lead suits. I'm excited. I didn't think we'd be doing this today. I thought we'd be doing something more boring. Oh god, they are really getting irradiated. Daily plea to Clay. Please add radiation sickness to sick duplicants. I want to know. And now we can have a look at the radiation overlay. We can chip away at it. That should at least make it safe. Plastic is a very good insulator of radiation. Okay. I've come to a realization. It's also going to block the actual Radbolts. Bummer. Well, we can figure out that bit next. Oh, look, the Shinebug thinks he's a satellite. Hilarious. We'll have a think about that in a minute. Where's this gas pipe broken? What? Oh, you're getting steam in here? Sure. That's acceptable. So how much steam is in here? Not a huge amount. I am perfectly happy for it to break in those pipes, to be honest. We have enough natural gas. This isn't going to be a huge issue. I don't feel like cleaning it out. Cool. We've only been playing 6 cycles today. Really? Oh no, Sonia, don't stand there. Right, how's this looking now? Still pretty hazardous, but like, at least somewhat safe. So, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. This space we're going to leave open anyways, because the fire pole goes past it. Not that I intend people to be on the fire pole very long. We fire all the Radbolts into this column, and then we divert them out. I think that makes sense. So... okay, so that can be all of these. Can all face that way. These can all face that way. And then what I need to do is I need to open it on this side as well. And then what I'll do is I'll seal this in here. In fact, you know what? I might... it's tempting to just double seal it, but I don't know, maybe not. We'll just do that for now. Oh, this feels weird. It feels like we're making pixel art. That's what this reminds me of. So, if we're doing that, then I probably actually do want to extend this all the way up here. Which means I'm probably going to have to come in here. I think we are going to have to get rid of the poke shells. We already have them stored up, though. So I'm not that fussed. But let's actually... yes, I know people have radiation sickness. I know! Oh, okay, right. Insulated tiles there. Dig all of this out as well. Dig all of that out. And then just ladder over here, I guess. Oh, they're all radiation vomiting. Into their suits! No! You know, I've never seen a Bardic dupe radiation vomit before. It doesn't make that much of a difference, I suppose. Wow, this Steam's already pretty cool. Is the material actually... I think the material is just not that conductive. Yeah, the Steam's already pretty cool. I don't think it's going to get much hotter than this. There's a lot of steam, and the rock is only going to conduct so much heat. That's a good sign. But it may mean we need to open up more ports. Also, these look to be completely blocked now, which is actually fine, because I want to get rid of this annoying gas. We can't get rid of all of it. We can get rid of some of it. We'll just get rid of that one tile for now. Whatever. Make that a priority 9. The gas pressure in here is way too high for me to vent the steam back into the room, so I'm just gonna let it keep doing this. Who's idle? Neo. Sure, do this. Wait, I can't demolish, deconstruct it with the demolish tool. There you go. Right, I didn't need to remove this one. So that means all of the Radbolts will go this way. That is going to be most tiles, so I will need to remove these intermediate ladders. Where, actually, these ones are fine. That's funny. It's just that one. There's probably a bit of clever planning I could do to avoid having to remove that ladder, but I don't think it's necessary. In fairness, this also means I can actually extend the transformers up here, which I will do, I suppose. I'm sure we'll find something else to put here. Maybe the diamond presses can go into this one. Oh, you know what? You know what? Do this. And then we've got room for another few. They're all getting radiation sickness. Who could have possibly predicted this? Right, let's have a look at this. So, Radbolt reflectors. I'm going to make these out of granite as well. I don't think there's a specific reason. This. I can go there, I can go there, I can go there. They're all going to shoot straight up. And then these are all going to shoot straight down. So... Oh. Oh, I see. That is an issue, isn't it? Well, what if I put it like here? Oh, that's not going to work for these ones, though, is it? I could put in, like... If I put that there... If I put that there, I can just point diagonally down onto the other one. That's okay. Deconstruct that one.
Very interesting.
The goal for today is very much just to turn this on and just fire a load of Radbolts at something. What specifically, I'm not 100% sure. But it will definitely be something. And it's probably going to get fired through this little channel. So actually, you know what we'll do? I know what we'll do. Let's actually get rid of these. Drill through wall? Nah, I don't feel like doing that. That feels very cheesy. I like how this looks, though. Is it safe? Not really. Is it cool looking? Hell yeah. Let's actually put some more plastic tiles here. I've got to admit, I don't really want anyone getting close to this if we can avoid it. Right, so these that needs to point that way. These ones need to point down. This one needs to go. I really, really hope they don't get overloaded by all the Radbolts. It's difficult to know. So I think we'll have... Do we have two? We have one going this way and one like two going here. It's very tempting. It's kind of annoying it's not at the right level, but that's just because of how the satellites are. That can't really be helped. We can't put them any closer to this thing. So that will go there. Oh, you're letting all the regolith through. I'm sure I'm making a bit of a mess down here. That's fine. That's fine. I need to hook up the conductive wires here as well. That's going to be irritating. So let's see. What's this gonna look like? Yeah, let's stop poisoning the dupes for now. We're gonna want some batteries in here as well. Definitely just some jumbo batteries. It's kind of reassuring that the steam isn't gonna get much hotter, but it's also kind of disappointing. Also, I don't really have a lot of room for batteries in here. 3? That's probably not going to cut it. Well, we'll put them in for now. There's more batteries up there, but we'll adjust it later. This is all connecting up anyways. So, that wire... This one is going to have to move down here. So... Yeah, do that first. Who's idle? Rowan. Rowan, that is absolutely what I expected you to do. You know, you can go on a little mission, because I feel like it. No, wait. This needs to be obsidian, doesn't it? That needs to be obsidian, and then I'm going to have you dig through here. And then I'm going to have you make a pneumatic door here. I guess it's going to keep everything... I guess we'll just cool it from space for now. There's a load of hydrogen up here. The plastic isn't going to help with that, but... We'll just leave it for now, and then we'll add cooling later. That sounds like something I would do. Do they have to be made out of anything specific? I don't think they do. No. I could even add tiles here. If I really felt like it. I'm not sure I do. I definitely don't want any radiation coming through this side, though. So, okay, you know what? I actually will double seal it here. There's no way I'm out of plastic. I guess we did just build a load of plastic ladders everywhere. It's irritating. Yeah, if you get irradiated now, this is your own... Actually, hold on. You are still getting irradiated. Oh, whatever, you'll be fine. Why is food decreasing so much? It's not good. I guess losing the water weeds had more of an impact than I thought. If this goes down below 500,000, we'll probably have to set up some more food production again. Which is fine. I just need to think about what it would be. Very possibly we do set up a hatch ranch just to make sure they're being looked after, because we did kind of let the entire wild population die off, apart from like one guy. I'll print some gold amalgam. It's very rare I'm going to turn down gold amalgam. Why is this blocked up? Oh, we're dumping the polluted water from the vent as well. That is a lot of water. Yeah. I think that's fine. I think I do want to alternate it. Okay. Okay. I am sad we don't have enough plastic to finish this. Yep. Very good, very good. You guys have definitely picked the correct spot to stand. Right, I'm gonna... Oh, okay, you know what? This is more important, I think. Oh. What are you talking about, Willis? Did I export all of the plastic? No. So we have used it. No, there is some. Okay, right. So, put these tiles here. Put these tiles here. Oh, right. We don't have enough for all of this. That's fine. If you put these tiles here, you'll be able to climb in and out. And then... Go on, game. Remember that we have plastic. We do have plastic. You just need to remember. I guess it will bong when it remembers. Okay. Let's keep connecting stuff over here then. So... yeah, that's the bong. Right. Oh, this is going to be very annoying. Right. I think we are probably just going to bridge it over this wire too. So I think we just remove each segment with a tile on it. And then we keep the rest. And then conductive wire bridges. I have done something incorrectly. And then that can go there, that can go there. One could argue. One could argue that we could just run the heavy watt wire along here. But these steam turbines aren't permanent. Believe it or not. We are going to move them. We'll have other stuff here eventually. So, yeah. You know what? You don't need this bit here. And then remove that. Put this here. Put this here. And then I don't have to think about it anymore. So then, they're all going to bridge this wire. Not this one. Well, that's not very handy. Again, I'm not going to agonize over this, because this isn't actually going to be permanent. So there's going to be a lot of wires coming over here, aren't there? Super turbine. Let's just brute force it, I think. I'm gonna leave a too wide gap between each one. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's just do it like this. You know what? Do this one like that. And somehow still not the worst spaghetti you've ever done. Exactly. So, like, yeah, yes, there are lots of wires on this map, but I don't think this is, like, random spaghetti. I think I've actually organized it at least somewhat well this time. Like, we've done way worse spaghetti, as you say. Hope you do well, Brynry. This is going to be a lot of refined metal in its own right. Possibly not as much as sending all that heavy watt wire over, but it's difficult to say. Obviously, once we get the sour gas boilers working, that's probably going to be what powers most of our radiation work. I think I'll stick with my policy of forcing my dupes to look at the heavy watt wire. Correct choice. You know? Can't really argue with that logic. It's not my style, though. We're too far gone for that. Oh, we're out of friggin' iron now. Yeah. I think we might have enough to finish this off, but it's going to be close. In fact, we're missing out 3 sets of steam turbines. That doesn't reach as far as I thought it would, though. That's not bad. You know what, let's just leave it for a minute. Let's actually have a look at the decor overlay. The thing is, right? This is really high negative decor. This isn't actually that bad, because we cleared up most of the debris. Could be a lot worse. This is actually pretty bad. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, okay. Alright, guys. This is a worse decor problem, apparently, than the heavy watt wire. So you know what that means? That means I probably do actually assign someone to an infinite storage somewhere. Because otherwise you're just gonna get bombarded with it all the time. Yeah, debris is bad. I mean, every individual lump of debris has a decor penalty. And obviously it stacks per mass. But if you have lots of different types of materials on a tile, it gets really bad negative decor. It stacks. The reason I'm tolerating it for now is because it's going to take a bloody age to sweep all of it into one tile. And where would I even put that tile? Would I just put it in the middle of the asteroid? Next to a feature I know is not going to move? That seems like a sensible idea, actually. So what do we know isn't going to move? We know that this isn't going to move. I could just shove all the debris over here by the puffs. Because actually, look at this. This whole bit of the asteroid is free. This whole rectangle is completely free. We do need to melt the pod. But yeah, that's good. It's very tempting to drywall it. But in terms of other actual continuous spaces on the asteroid, this is a pretty good one. And then obviously down here is the best one. This is the best space, which is why we cleared it out. And after natural gas, we can actually have it go up here as well. And this stuff, I think, does have to stay here a little bit. Probably not the glass floor. This is also a pretty good bit. I think what we'll do is we'll fit random base stuff that isn't necessarily going towards the Dreco's sour gas boiling plant. Oh wait, hold on. Look. We got meteors. Okay, good. We're actually going to get to watch this work. The coolant loop does look like it's full of coolant. So the regolith is hot. We know this. I don't have a space scanner on me, do I? I do have it hooked up. But it's not actually connected to anything. Really? Good job. Well, that's fine. I feel like it's more metal ore. Not a lot, but it's something. And then we're just dumping it down here. This little pool of ethanol. That doesn't seem like a very good plan. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep a proper eye out on this. Oh, look, there's one. Oof. This is now my main focus. We have diverted focus yet again. Okay, this is opening now. Good. So now we get to see these in action, see if it's actually going to conduct enough heat away. And thankfully, we actually had enough power to open and close all these doors properly this time. That's nice. Where should I look? Small lumps or big lump? Let me look at both. See how each one is handled. This better work. We invested a lot of aluminium in this. Yes. Okay, you're... Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm beginning to realize why we didn't have radiant pipes. Okay. Right. We may be alright. I mean, they're taking damage, but they are cooling quickly. I think that's acceptable. Yeah, they are definitely cooling quicker. The liquid is very hot now. Okay, this robo miner got covered up. Oh. That's not gonna work, is it? I need to put a mesh tile here then, don't I? That was a bit of an oversight. Personally, I just have the solar panels below some mesh tiles. I think I didn't want to do that because the mesh blocks some of the light. Is that correct? No. Would be a better way of doing it. Couldn't I do that? Like, we just have a low layer of mesh tiles here and then the robo miner. I do need to stick the mesh tiles here at least. Oh god. You know what? We're gonna have to make a video about this. Because if I don't, I'm gonna see this and copy it every time without knowing that it's not the best way of doing it. I mean... Okay, so the good news is none of the solar panels broke. It did still take damage. So that's not good. I probably could have just had them like this without having the side tiles, right? I need to get you to not... I need these pipes to not be aluminium. Let's make them granite. Yep, that's right, we're doing this again. Frankly, we need the metal elsewhere. And if it's going to break every time because it's going to boil the water in the loop, that's definitely not something I want to happen. So, we will just do this. Yeah, I may bump this one up the list because this is a lot of spaghetti. And I don't really want to rebuild it on this run because we've already spent a load of time on it today. And there are other things that I want to do. But if it becomes a big issue, then we may. I don't think it will become a big issue. I think it'll just need a little bit of maintenance. And now we're connecting all of these up again. But I think it did help. But yeah, ultimately I think we're just gonna have to hold the material somewhere else. We're nearly there. We'll at least free up some metal. Okay, and then, actually, now that I think about it, can't we just hang this off the top? Oh no, the issue with that is it won't reach those tiles. And the issue with this is it's not going to reach all the way over. Ah, cock. Yeah, I remember why I didn't do that now. We can't have it reach that tile. We would have to put it one closer, and then it wouldn't stack like this. This is actually going to be an issue, isn't it? It was an issue because we had a load of it falling in a clump here. In any case, we can't clear it off these tiles, so we can't leave these here. I think what we would actually have to do... We would have to actually just put the mesh tiles here and then clear them. And have all the automation stuff up here and move all the pipe work. It's going to be very annoying. Yeah, I think we'll... Yeah, because the issue is this one can clear this one, but it can't clear these tiles. Oh, 999999999. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've definitely screwed this up, because we just had a load of regolith land here, and the auto miner can't reach this far across. The auto miner needs to be one closer than it is. Now, I could potentially move it one closer by putting it up here. But then all of the auto sweeping stuff is down here. But we've got to fix this. We've got to fix this at least a little bit, because we've got to actually make sure that we don't have to keep coming back to maintain this. That's the issue. Still vomiting, eh? In a while. I can't actually reach those two wires. I'm gonna have to remove that tile. I do want you to actually remove these bits. Move the panels down. Catching up on YouTube's called me by surprise with signature liquid uranium spiel on the molten salt video. Oh, it really shouldn't be a surprise anymore. It's funny though, because I feel like I didn't even realize, because I never normally think about liquid uranium this way. There's a specific heat capacity difference with uranium as well. Like, liquid uranium has a heat capacity of 1.69, and then solid depleted uranium has a heat capacity of 1, and it's reversible 6-star range. No, this is a different spiel. So you can actually use the depleted uranium as the boiling element that multiplies the heat. So we will test that on Twitch at some point, because I don't want to make another video about it so soon. But I don't think it would be that much different. Just move the panels down. Yeah, I think replacing the regular tiles with mesh and moving the solar below them would be the simplest. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But I've still got to move these robo miners, because they can't actually reach. Like, the robo miners need to be one closer to each other to actually dig each other properly. So I do still need to do this. So we know that we're not going to get meteors for a while, so let's actually just do this. I think I am just going to literally rip this all up, because we've got to get this to actually work. They're not getting stuck if there's enough space at the bottom. What do you mean? The problem is this one can't dig this one. So if the regolith all lands here and entombs this robo miner, then it won't actually get dug out by this one. It won't get dug out by the other one. Like it's supposed to completely overlap the zone, and I've not quite done it. I hope this isn't going to remove the conduction panel. The other thing is, actually, if we go back and look at this, none of these are turned on yet. I think we could use the aluminium to actually finish these wires. Go ahead and do that. There you go. Regolith mostly 3 to 4 tiles high. Oh, I see. So if you actually leave enough space, it won't actually take up too much room. Okay. Right. This is not ideal. So how about instead of that, we do this. And then we do this down here. Please don't tell me that I've been making all these bridges out of steel. Maybe we'll still be able to plug this in today, I don't know. I should probably actually just commit to putting the friggin' thing here. Wait. Oh, yeah, I see. I am going to commit to putting this here. This shaft could go here for now. Go. I mean, there's a lot of liquid down here as well. I could just run it without a coolant, like a proper coolant for now, just to get started. But this is probably going to take a few days to get working properly. So maybe we don't get it working today. Maybe we just focus on sorting this out properly. Right, okay, let's think about this. So the robo mines. So what I need to do is I need to put this one here, and then I need to put the next one here. So what I'll do for now is I'll raise them up like this, and then I'm going to get very annoyed very quickly. But the good news is I can just adjust this top pipe without too many issues. This does need to be made out of steel as well, doesn't it? Yeah. That's fine. Did I make these out of steel? They were potentially going to get covered in regolith. I'm going to make them out of steel. I think this is a fairly justified case. Then you need to get through to that one. Need to get through to that one. Feels weird. Okay, so then that one can reach up here. Yes. Oh, actually, if we do it like this, I don't need the side tiles, do I? I can have it vertically mounted? Is that correct? And then they have coverage over all of them. Yes, that's what I should be doing. Oh, okay. Okay. You know, let's cancel them one at a time. No. This doesn't work because it doesn't clear the stuff off the thing. I think I didn't cancel them all, right? It's got to clear off the top. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise it won't work. The mesh tiles will take meteor damage if directly below the bunker doors. We can move the bunker doors up. Although the issue is if we move the bunker doors up, some of the regolith is getting deleted. So I probably do just have to move everything down then, don't I? Probably. Which means I have to completely redo everything. Ugh. Right. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move the... So we want to set up some mesh tiles. We want to set up the solar panels down here somewhere, right? Shall we agree on a good level to set everything up at? Right, these tiles are at the base levels. Let's set the solar panels up at these levels. Did I actually make enough glass to make a spare set of solar panels? That is a surprising level of foresight from me. I must have just done it on a whim because the dupe was bored or something. Yeah. Okay. And then tile there. Tile there. Build that all first. And then we'll figure out everything else. Because if we build that there... Oh, if we build that there, you can't actually quite reach those tiles. Well... This is going to take a friggin' while, isn't it? But we do have to do this because... if we have to keep coming back and maintaining it... And also, I just want to make sure it actually works properly. If it works properly, we'll make a YouTube video out of it. So why on earth didn't I do the mesh tiles in the first place? Was it to try and save space? Because to be honest, I could probably also do just moving the bunker tiles down, couldn't I? Or the bunker doors. Yeah, the bunker doors were originally lower. Well, at least we have plenty of... oh, God. At least we have plenty of steel for this. The bunker doors are going to be the most annoying bit because they're going to power and depower inappropriately. Could be cobalt. There you go. Oh look, you already have the material. How handy. Right, let's have a think about the wires then. So... the good news is most of the math about where the wires go, we can just follow it above. But I will have to start removing some of this to fit everything in. You know what? That's going to take a little while. We have got a fair bit of time. At the very least, if we can get this done today, we don't have to think about it ever again. There isn't anything else that we need the dupes to do at the moment, is there? Looks like you've done most of everything else. I'm a little sad we won't be turning this on today, but that's acceptable at the end of the day. So this one needs to face this way. Out of interest, where is the port on the diamond press? Have I not researched? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's 5 high. Really? I do remember that. It's in the middle. I'm not going to think about that today. Right, I need you to come up here as well. So, let's see. The mesh tile is going to go here. Directly above the solar panels. Because it's just going to drop through from the doors. If that's the case, I don't actually need this much space, do I? I've given this slightly too much space. That should be adequate space doing it on this top layer. The issue is, if I do it on the top layer, this isn't going to run. But... I think that's acceptable. I'm just gonna have to step it down one at a time. I'll put a door level here, that'll be handy anyways. There was a lot of heat going into that pipe, by the way. That hasn't overheated the base, has it? No. Good. Ah, yeah, because then what I could do, I could actually ladder it down here, then I could remove all those tiles. And then that's where I'm going to put the solar panels. Good thing we have lots of dupes here. Now I'm going to get radiation sickness for a different reason. I probably don't need to build this many ladders, but whatever. In fact, actually, we don't even have to build these tiles. You can just build the ladders and then we can just run around over here. What are you doing? Right, is this a speed 2 situation? Could be. Put the first solar panel in. And the rest can follow afterwards. Go. Yeah, we can fit it in. How convenient. Right, more gold, sure. Okay. Start putting these in. In fact, I can remove all of this now. These can all get removed. Remove them from the end. I can get removed. Go, and this can go here, and thus it begins. I'm gonna speed 1 it again now. Yeah, you're doing this all in the right order now. Cool. These guys. I mean, I don't think this is the run where our dupes have suffered the most, but they've certainly suffered in a few different ways. Feels very weird. Thank you. Shouldn't be decaying. Why are the omelets appearing here? I realized a flaw with this plan. The omelets aren't actually being stored in the fridge, are they? Stored in the freezer. So let's see. Which one's the food shuttle? This one's the food shuttle. Where is that being dumped exactly? That's just being chute dumped. I think we can just hook this chute up here then. So that will go... What's going on with this brick? That's just going to go there. Move this chute. Oh, wait. Hold on. No. Let's do this. Auto sweeper goes here. And then put a conveyor loader here. And then that's going to be edibles only. Because we want the fish to flop out into here. Yeah. I'm going to yellow alert this because I've given too many people priority 9 errands. That's just how I roll. And that doesn't need to be connected here, and this doesn't need to be done. Yep, there we go, yep, there we go. Oh, someone's entombed themselves, great. It's very funny when they entomb themselves in a solar panel. Well, at least we've got an easy thumbnail today. Maybe that's a thumbnail. Seems likely. Kind of confused as to how that could even happen. But if it's happened once, we're going to see it a lot, aren't we? I don't know. Get this done first. Speed it up. Right, this is going to be set to edibles only. Here. I'm not super fussed about the rest of that. Why does this keep coming on and offline? It just doesn't produce a lot of steam. Fair enough. Right, that should solve why our food is disappearing. So let's actually go back and have a look at the wires. I've got to admit, it would be quite quick if I did actually manage to get this all done today. Not really expecting to. Right, that's all cobalt, so that's good. If I was very clever, I could start hooking some of this up while I turn off other bits. That would be clever, wouldn't it? Do I have enough refined metal to build all of this in advance? Maybe. Hello, Kudaktian. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright, but we're a bit annoyed because we're going to be rebuilding all of our solar stuff a little bit lower. Because it's just not been working out. Right, that's pretty close. Actually, that is done. Okay, good. Yeah, you can build it all now then, and then we can remove the rest. You're annoyed too. Oh no. That's no good. Right, and now, once that's done, I need to remove the tiles. I don't think we ever needed the tiles. There. Need more kinds of food. My all food run, but my farming brick is placed. Unfortunately, I need to build a second one. Yes, that's why I've been paranoid about this whole run. Is planning space efficiently on the main asteroid so we can actually fit everything in for all of our later industry. And we have 3 pretty good bits. We have this bit down here. We have this bit over here. And then we have this big bit over here. So, we've got a fair few zones. You're not on spaced out, so you don't have a problem with space. True. Well, this is a classic asteroid anyways. Right, so now we need to replace that with mesh tiles. Oh. I probably didn't actually need to deconstruct them all then. I guess make them all out of copper. And then I need to remove all of these. But once we built all the wires, so let's just let everything get built first. And the other thing I'm going to need to do, we need to drain off some of this water. And, like, by some, I mean a lot. So this is actually literally the plan. I was originally going to extend this pipe all the way down here so that we could actually get the active cooling to any transformers on this spine. That was the plan, to always have the water recirculated past there. So that will help us out, but there's a lot of pipe segments here that we're not going to need. Mr. Lonely. Okay, maybe this is the thumbnail. It's just so funny. The devs thought no one would ever see their faces when they're entombed, so they just don't have an expression when they're entombed. Very stupid. Do some over-engineered slime puff around just like you, but I built a support with pips next door. You need to branch yellow voles. Oh dear. This needs to be priority 9. Well, at least we have enough mesh tiles for all of them. Right, we've set it up so that we can actually remove... Oh, right, hold on, the automation wire. That needs to go in as well. That's very, very important. I don't want you to make it out of gold. Make it out of cobalt. Satisfying. Does everyone have radiation sickness now because we've just been making you work in space? That would be pretty funny if that were the case. Oh, you can't reach over here anymore, can you? First time Hydra this run. I built a Hydra after 650 cycles. Nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to build those. Who's idle? Yep. You're injured? That's no good. Volcanoes are geotuned. Geysers are geotuned. Everything is geotuned. Good. You're doing your job. You're doing your job, Chip. If you get the hang of it, you may build Hydras every time. I highly recommend you do. I've never gone back. I built a Rodriguez once. I've never gone back. Well, the good news is, once we're done with this wire, we should actually just be able to rip up most of this. What we'll do is that. Turn off the solar power for now, because that's going to be pretty close to being done. It's nice seeing the dupes work hard at all of this. I'll clear that off there as well if you feel like it. It seems like they're actually being productive today, which is good because I've wasted their time in a lot of pointless crap today. You've dig out basically the entire planet. Nice, nice. I'm really happy with that we've dug out this entire planet. Now, it's kind of tempting to expand the solar power over here as well. The issue is, we're definitely not going to have enough solar power to actually run all of these Radbolt Generators. Even with that. So, kind of a moot point. I guess we could hook it up to the spine if I really felt like it. Rocket launches. We could just do rocket launches on the side like this. We could have one rocket there and one rocket there. Like maybe we do the Radbolt rocket here and then maybe we do like a liquid hydrogen rocket here. Or something later. It's possible. Alright, you know what guys? I'm gonna actually give you some different numbers. You 51 kilowatts of potential load on heavy watt conductive wire. Nice. Just want you to build that wire, and then we can hook up everything else. Although, we've disconnected this wire now anyways, so let's actually just go ahead and deconstruct this wire. That will help you get all the materials to build this. And then you can also deconstruct everything up here. Yeah. Yeah, everything up here can get removed. And I will just connect this wire here, just so I don't have to worry about that a little bit. Oh, there we go. Look at that. You had problems with powers that were I have 3 metal volcanoes, so tuning up all my generators, and now I'm chilling with 5 core generators producing CO2 6s. Some hydro and net gas power. Nice. Good job. Feels good. Can I do the rest of this in half an hour? Possibly. I'll put the VOD up on Wednesday. Why are you guys idle? Why are you actually idle? Is there just nothing left for you to do now? You're not exporting the refined metal, are you, anymore? Do that again. We definitely want more refined metal over here. We stopped for a while because some of the conductive wires were breaking, but that no longer seems to be an issue. Right, let's speed to it. I remember why we did this now. We had solid tiles because there was a meteor that off-gassed. Lime. That was why we had tiles down here. So, because the slime would off-gas. So that means I actually do want to build these tiles down here. Irritating. And that means I also want to build the conveyor rail down here. Yeah, that's fine. You're waiting for someone less of an engineer to start streaming. I have too much optimization. You don't have the brain power for it. Fair enough. Especially now I'm starting 7-day streak when I'm gonna DK 83 hours. Oh, you're gonna do 83 hours. Wow. Right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Those tiles can wait. It's just these wires, and then we can connect up the rest of these wires, and we can deconstruct the solar panels. In fact, I'm going to start deconstructing the solar panels now. Oh. It would help if I unpaused, wouldn't it? It would really help. We want it again. Yeah, because they're not going to reach these tiles otherwise. We just need to do these tiles first. We actually get down from the ladders if position stuff like this. Or are you going to entomb yourselves? Yeah, okay. Okay. I've discovered a slight flaw with this plan. Remove all of these ladders. Oh, this is really winding me up. It's gonna take bloody ages. And I'm hoping we can just get everyone up here. It'll be a quick job. What was I thinking? Guys are probably getting really irradiated. Well, maybe not that radiated. Like, enough that it's annoying. Oh, the doors are closing. Why? Oh, I deconstructed them. I deconstructed the wire. That makes sense. He's not having a very good day, is he? I feel like a few of these guys might end up suffering the same fate. That bowl is just hanging out. Should drop down here. Get you guys off the ladders. You're probably going to end up soiling your suits, aren't you? Oh, let's speed up. Get this done a little bit quicker, please. We'll never get there. I guess they're all coming around this area. Just feels like they're not really doing very much at the moment. Can you tell I'm getting frustrated? That we put all that time into putting all those conduction panels down and we didn't even do anything with them. Well, at the very least, once you've actually done these 2 power wires, I can get everything hooked up. And I'll just tell you actually to remove the solar panels from here now. I guess the ladders don't really need to be deconstructed now that badly, since the dupes aren't stuck on them. That's okay. But yeah, look at all of this. Look at all of this stupid nonsense we spent most of today doing that we didn't need to do. Did we at least drain the pipe yet? Almost. Well, that's good. I mean, I am pleased that it all actually hooked up, but this is going to give us a lot of refined metal back as well. Fuck me, this was useless. Well, it wasn't useless, it worked, but we just need to dump out the mesh instead. That's what we need to do. I think these are all going to stay... Well, I'm going to move some of these conduction panels, but that pipe is going to stay there. Is it actually backed up now? Oh, we were this close. I could run it a little further. It's really hot insulated tile. It kind of is. You know what, that's fine. Right, wires are hooked up. So now, at the very least, the solar panels should run. So we should have some power again. The main issue now is they need to do these bits up here. They build these doors. And they need to remove the rest of the doors. Induction panel Tetris is a bit of a drag, but delay my own setup and relying on Saturn critter traps. The thing is, yeah, I don't think we need them that much. Like, the regolith will be here. We don't need to actively... Not everything is priority 9, though. Look. We got some 8s. And to be honest, hooking up the wires... you know what, actually, let's make some more 8s. These could be 8s now. You know, it's quite funny how quickly they are actually able to deconstruct these conduction panels. I don't know why. I thought they would take longer to build and destroy. Well, the sooner we can get all of this stuff removed, the better. The issue is, if this signal is turned off, I need to plug this in. I need to do that wire. I need to do that wire to actually reach the rest of this. That is an issue. All this to not use blast shots and take our meteorites. We don't have petrol. We don't have oil, and we don't have slicksters. What do you want me to do? Just remove all of these. I don't think this is going to get finished today. Biodiesel. Yeah, we could do that. Nah, I don't want to do blast shots. We've done blast shots before. I want to make sure that I actually get this setup, like, pinned down. So you don't want to keep trial and erroring it in future. Because we've done a few different setups on a few different planets. And the ones that I did that worked didn't work for high heat meteors. They worked for the other meteors. Now, have you got the issue here? Yeah, we got idle because of navigation. I don't think you do. That being said, it's still going to take you a while. Do that. So, essentially what's going to happen is the regolith is going to land on here. Don't need the fire pump. Tranquil toe seeds. Amazing. Amazing. Guess it's starting to get all this done. It will take them a while to build and unbuild the bunker doors. Yeah, I just want you to destroy... Just destroy everything on this line. We'll just start all over again. We could definitely do better than this. I left the table floating. Oh, I never got the data bank out of it. That's why they didn't want me to demolish it. There you go. The bunker doors ever overheat, or I guess the power and automation wires? No. They have an overheat temperature of 1,200 degrees C. So, practically, they won't ever do it. Hello, Delakoth. Hope you're doing well. We are very annoyedly shuffling our whole solar panel setup down so that we can actually fit in some proper management. Because we had a load of conduction panels on the solar panels, but people very rightfully pointed out that we should just have mesh tiles here so all the regolith collects above the solar panels. And then we just transfer all the heat out. The issue with this is the debris will need to go in through here. That's fine. These ones don't need to be mesh tiles. So what I'll do is I'll send a conveyor rail in here somewhere. And use bridges to make sure it doesn't off-gas. And then that's going to connect from above. Wait, really? Oh, I see. So... Oh, this is why we friggin' did it like this. Okay, so what we're gonna have to... Okay, ignore this. Ignore this little bit here. What we're gonna have to do... What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to... just lead the conveyor routes straight down again. Onto the tile. And it's just gonna have to off-gas over the solar panels. Which is probably fine. Maybe I'll put a conduction panel on a solar panel just in case. Because there will be slime off-gassing occasionally. But the slime off-gassing won't be hot. And none of the rest of this should be hot. So that's probably overthinking it. In any case, I can remove the conveyor rails here. God, you can see all the other places I've living trial and error this, can't you? I'm gonna wrap up in a minute. I gotta get to bed. I kind of wasn't planning on having to redo this today. Let me deconstruct all this plumbing stuff as well. Okay, well, the good news is most of the solar power is online again. We just need to get the meteor production going. That'll be easier once we've cleared all this crap. So let's actually do that first. If we can... You know what, I'm going to stay up for another 10 or 15 minutes. If we can actually just plan out what our block is going to look like and then just repeat it, then we can actually finish it off tomorrow. Maybe we build like one lot. The thumbnail. And then tomorrow we can finish that across the whole strip. And then we can actually get the Radbolts set up as well. Because that's going to require a lot of thermal aquatuners. Probably somewhere colder than whatever's going on down here. I mean, how's the steam temperature now? It's still rising. It's sort of leveled out at... Oh god, what is this? Yeah, I guess skunk doesn't boil at these temperatures. We just buried all the debris. We're forming a new lot of jungle juice, apparently. Hooray. In any case, it's not too hot. And once we're done with all of this, we'll need to go and reappraise all of our materials as well. We'll have a lot of extra refined metal. Right, if you could just do... No, don't worry about this. You do those sections specifically. Yeah, you're all just throwing up. That's fine. We know you're all just throwing up. Oh, you need to build the mesh tiles here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, finish that off. Then we can plan out what the block's gonna look like. And this will be a mesh tile, so that we can... Because we're gonna have to clear this, because if mesh gets down, if stuff gets down here, then we can't actually clear it, can we? Yes, now you need to grab a load of copper. I know, it's very annoying. I could start on the other end. Is that going to be an issue? Possibly. I mean, let's have a think, right? So we want each robo miner to connect to something else. Oh right, we're gonna have a tile over here. I will just put a robo miner over here somewhere, probably on this wall. In fact, yes, it's probably a sensible idea anyways, isn't it? Is there a reason not to have it on the floor here? I guess the point is that we have it high enough that... The point is that we have it high enough that it's not going to get covered. If it's too... It'll get damaged if we put it up there, though. So the mesh tiles need to be at this level. Let's reverse engineer this again. So the mesh tiles need to be at this level. Means that the robo miner is going to go here. We need to do that to make sure that each one can clear the other one that's covered up. Like this. So that's how close it's going to be. If we put one here, that can reach that and we can cover that over. Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah. We can cover it over like this. And then that one's not covering the solar panels, and then we can actually fit that in. Okay, this is a good start. So remove this. Don't think you necessarily need this ladder either. And now we just place them like this. Going to irritate me greatly. I think steel is appropriate for this. Yeah, because if they just sit on the regolith, they're going to get too hot. And then every single robo miner is covered by one other robo miner. That is affecting the solar panels. So that's fine. So now I put more mesh tiles in. It does mean I need to move this pipe with all the conduction panels in it. Quite near. You know what? Let's just actually get this, like, at least a little bit finished. Sleepers for the week. Right, so that's going to go there. And then we have 4 tiles over here. So what we could do is we could do something along these lines. Yeah, I like this. So make this all out of steel. And then do I want them actually overlapping on the loaders? If we put a loader here, is it going to get damaged by meteors? I guess it could get covered up by regolith, but it should still get mined off, right? Because if we did that, then we could actually get away with just having half the loaders. Because otherwise, they're not going to share an interdiction zone. Because the mesh tiles are going to get in the way. What do you guys think? I'm asking. Please respond. Please. I don't want to have to redo this again. In any case, we have a bit more room to access everything, so maybe it won't be as annoying. We do actually need to fit stuff here as well. Wait. It's one off. It's one off. I think getting sleep and finishing it tomorrow can be wise. Yeah. As your call is not available at the moment, please hang up and try again. I'm putting it here. Fuck it. The mesh tiles let light through. Yes, they do. It does not significantly block light. That's why everyone uses them instead of glass tiles. But, yeah. The question is, if I put a conveyor loader here, directly underneath the bunkers, is it going to get damaged by meteors? Or will it be fine because it's not a tile? Because at the moment, that's what I want to do, so we don't need as many loaders. Because the less conveyor rails we have actually leading material around, the better. Mesh tiles block artificial light. Yes, they block the mercury lamp light. That was a big issue we had a while ago. Right, we don't need to do this. We'll test... I mean, this will get tested out again, right? Like... Oh, God. Right. Yeah. It's fun because it's the opposite of window tiles. Yeah, that's so weird. I guess I could remove one ladder. That's fine. And then all the regolith is going to drop down here. All going to be reachable. I guess this bit is good. I can cut that off there. That's fine. Do I need it to actually... Well, yeah, we'll be able to go up through the ladder here. That's where most people are getting out anyways. I think that's probably fine. Yeah. Okay, right. And then the conveyor rails are just going to come down like this. We don't really want it off-gassing, but we can't really avoid it off-gassing a little bit. I could, if I really, really cared, put it on conveyor bridges. We can do that later. It's not urgent. And then power wire wires. So that's this line here. That's pretty straightforward. Now if I can actually drag something across. Oh well, it'll be good to test this out later. We get the meteors fairly frequently. Okay. And I put these bunker tiles over here. That's weird. Bunch nearly done. And then the last thing we need, so all we want now is conduction panels going through here. So we want these to be made out of aluminium. Ah, I see what we'll do. We'll just fit them here. That interacts with the RoboMiner, doesn't it? Find out. Pretty sure it does. And then we can run a much simpler setup that uses a lot less refined metal. I need to switch this so it's not a stress sound. Right, and then what we actually do is here. Do these like this. No. Surprised I didn't screw that up. Right, okay. And now, it's going to look a little different. Hook up all of these again. With regular pipe. This just goes like this. Yes, and that goes down like that. And then deconstruct that, and then this pipe. What I will do for now is I will let that drain onto the loop.
And we'll remove the rest.
Okay. I think the thumbnail will be Mr. Lonely.
I think this will work better. And we'll see what happens.
We'll test it tomorrow, and we'll get the actual Radbolt generation hooked up tomorrow. Oh, great! Someone's peed. Good timing. Right. Let's get out of here. Dirty deeds need to be done sometimes. That was a dirty deed, but if we didn't do it, we'd be annoyed for the rest of the run. Right. No extended spiel tonight. Gotta get to bed. But I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be around tomorrow on Twitch. There's VODs on YouTube. We have the Molten Salt video on YouTube. Go check it out. There's the Discord page where we hang out. And I'll be around 7:30 to 10:30 tomorrow. Let's go raid someone. Who is available? Yes, Sleepy's Wellies. You guys get to see some fish too, even though it's dark. Let's go raid to the Jit City. Raid and run. Don't know what they're up to. You guys get to find out. Yes. Or we'll be right with the world. If nothing else, we'll just make more wire spaghetti. See you later.